Hey everybody, it's Razor. I've got Chris Howorth and Maria Brink of In This Moment. Maria Brink and Chris Howorth. I think when I think one, I got to think the other one because you guys are the yin and yang, you know,
Yep.
kind of
The yin and the yang. That's a
you,
good way to
Right.
describe it.
I'm sure working together all these years, you have to feel that, right?
We do feel it.
Yeah.
We feel it when it's not going good, and we feel it when it's going good.
Yeah.
you know, otherwise we're just numb.
But that's good though. I mean, accountability with each other, that's,
Oh
you can't,
yeah.
it can't be
We're
all
so
good all the
close.
time.
Yeah, we're brother and sister, we're partners, we're best friends. I mean, it's like we're all kinds of things. So we make it all work. And this album particularly flowed amazing for us. I was just in a more visceral place when we were going to write it. And so he was happy. I wanted it all heavy. And it just honestly, we call it like the flow like a river album because everything was meshing.
It just poured
That
out.
was our montage. Yeah. Flow like a river. Something was
listen,
going weird.
Listen, I know the new album's called God Mode. It's going to be coming out in October. I want to talk more about that, but I just want to go back to the last album for just a second. And talk about Mother. It got released at the most inopportune time for you guys. March of 2020. I mean, the pandemic was just starting. Do you feel like you got robbed of an entire album cycle?
I feel that a little bit. I did, especially when it came out. Thankfully, it got nominated for a Grammy, and that was the main highlight. It's such a great album, and we did put our heart and souls into a lot of that stuff on that. But it was kind of sucked into the void of COVID, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't really get to tour on it or anything, so it was almost like people had to discover it on their own.
Yeah, it's very weird.
It was really surreal and weird. But like he said, we wound up getting nominated for a Grammy. And we were also happy to release music to everybody when we feel like everybody was under such stress and everybody was scared and needed things to kind of like take their mind off of everything. So it did feel good to be able to give our fans new music.
And we made the decision to do it. We could have held it. We decided to release it.
Yeah. Oh, really? Okay. I thought, okay. Well, that's good to know too. I mean, you're holding on to this music for so long. It can only be, you can only keep it under wraps for so long. But
I mean, we saw what was happening, and we were just like, man, I think people would much rather have, even if they can't go see a show, they'd rather they get something to listen to during this time.
Yeah, help them get through some stuff. And we were in a different place then anyways, so we're glad we released it because then after experiencing everything we experienced a few years after that moment, right as everything was hitting, it gave us all the energy and all of the stuff to be able to write our new album with, So everything happens for a reason, and
so true.
And it fits right now,
Well, you guys are out on the road right now doing this tour. It's the Dark Horizon tour. Is the tour going to just evolve into the God Mode tour? Is that what's going to happen here?
Well, what's happening right now is we just finished the Dark Horizon tour, which was amazing. And we have little less than 2 months off. And the album comes out and we're going out on tour, the Kiss of Death tour with Ice Nine Kills, Avatar, and New Year's Day, and that's going to be a big one.
Ice Nine Kills in LA here, opening for Metallica, and those guys and you together, that is going to be fantastic. It's
going to be a really cool show, and that comes out right as the album's released.
Well, I've seen you live many times. I mean, what you do. It speaks to me. I'm very much Slipknot, Kiss, Alice Cooper, Motley Crue. That's me. That's me 100%. So everything that you do, I'm like, oh yeah, this is right up my alley.
Killer.
So I cannot
that's me too.
Wait to see you guys. I know the dates I saw. We're not coming this way to the West Coast. Will that spill over with that same lineup over this way?
Well,
who knows how good it goes?
There are whispers of possible extensions and maybe other legs. I think everyone's just kind of trying to feel it out right now. So we're not sure. I think that could be something that could be really cool.
Yeah,
we will be hitting the West Coast though next year, 100%. We haven't done it at all this year. So,
all right, so let's talk about the new album, God Mode, the 8th studio album. Can you believe that right there, number 1?
Wow.
And that's going to be coming out October 7 or 27 rather. Tell me about working on this album and how it differs from maybe some of the other ones.
Well, I'll speak first, Maria. It differs in a lot of ways. One big way is the fact that COVID happened and we had this break to actually organically come up with ideas versus having oh gosh, we have an album coming up, we have to do this right now, blah, 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 and just forcing ourselves to do music if maybe we didn't really feel it at the time or whatever. We had the time to come up with the music and the ideas for God Mode over the thing. So that's hugely different from all of our other things in the past. And then also what happened was our producer that we normally work with, Kevin Churko, we've been working with him for every album we've done except our first one and God Mode. And we ended up hiring his son, Kane. And Kane has worked with us on all of our big songs and all of our albums, but he's kind of, been under his dad's wing and under the radar. And so him in here is a fresh energy as well. And he's hungry to prove that he's a kick-ass, badass producer. And he knows, working with us is going to be different and huge for him. And just that whole energy together with our energy made this completely different. Now, Maria's got her own take on it too.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think Chris just said it mostly, but it was everything that we had experienced going into, writing like from this place where me and Chris really were meshing. Everything he was sending me, I was loving. And it's like, me and Chris have been known to go back and forth as far as like, maybe we're not in the same place emotionally when we go into an album and we've been known to butt heads here and there, where this was like, everything he was sending me, I was like, oh my God, I love this. This is amazing. And everything was just unfolded. I couldn't have asked for a better way. Same with Kane and working with Tyler Bates and just all the
Tyler.
different things that were coming to life for the album. And definitely it's heavier. I was going into this, just in a more emotional, visceral kind of wanting to release a bunch of built up pressure inside of me. So I think people definitely are going to hear that in the album, but I haven't been this excited for one of our albums in a really long time. So I'm excited for the world to hear.
Well, I can tell you we're playing The Purge now, and the undertone, I mean, it's a heavy in your face song, but the undertone of it is very sexy. And I don't know if that was the feel of it, but there's just this from the beginning. I mean, from that just a little pulse at the beginning, and you feel that through the whole track. And there's a sexiness under it, but then the heaviness on top of it. I mean, how does that happen? How do you guys get to that?
That's in this moment, dude.
That's so funny because I don't even think it's sexy at all.
Maria can't help but be sexy when she sings. I mean, she just has that, kind of.
It's like not even sexy at all. That's so funny.
And
I know, but
that's what I'm saying is like people feel it differently, and you may have tried to project it differently, but I feel that underneath it. But I feel it with and Chris is right. When you're singing, you can feel that it just kind of comes out. But in particular, this particular one. Well, tell me about what the song is about.
Honestly, it is about just what the world is being at war with itself and everyone fighting and just not even be able to turn the TV on or go anywhere because it just felt like everyone was at each other's throat. So it's just kind of me just purging all the feelings that I was feeling with built up around just tired of it, I guess, tired of everyone at each other and tired of everyone, shoving fear down each other's throats and just all of it. So and it definitely overflows into the album for sure too. That I'm angry. It's so funny you guys think it's sexy. I'm angry and pissed off, but you know what? It's like you said, everyone feels. That's the beauty about music, and that's the beauty about people applying different songs to their life, wherever they are in their life, whatever experiences they're going through. And that's why it is so, it can be so affecting to people in multiple different types of things, Yeah.
Is there a really, really heavy song on the album? I mean, like emotionally, lyrically, something that
the whole
sticks
album.
out?
To me, the whole album is really emotional and heavy. And there's a bunch of
There's
that
heavier
stuff.
songs that have been released too, at least one.
Well,
maybe
I Would
two.
Die for You, I know, was on that John Wick soundtrack.
Yeah, that's not
that
a
one's
heavy
great
one.
too.
I love that song though. That's beautiful. Yeah. We just released a song called God Mode. That's super heavy. And then we have a few more super heavy ones on the album. Definitely this is our heaviest album since our Blood album that we've released, for sure. I think it just felt natural, honestly. Like we all feel that feeling where you just can't take it anymore and you just want to walk into the woods and just scream, to let it out.
Or chop down a tree.
Well, it sounds like you guys are achieving that here before the album's even released here.
Yeah.
October 27, the album comes out, God Mode. I love that title. How did the title originate?
I think I had randomly just brought it up, and then Chris was like, I love that because in video game world, it also means like limitless and kind of like immortal, you can't die. And so all the different meanings that I think it just seems to represent kind of power and like this strength and this kind of limitless feeling. And it just really spoke to both of us.
Yeah, you have to be bold and confident to have an album title called God Mode. But at the same time, I think everybody gets the meaning behind it. It's something that everybody can understand. But at the same time, you got to stand on a mountain when you're saying God Mode,
That's how it felt.
Is definitely like a powerful thing. And we want people to feel powerful when they listen to it, whether or not they're at the gym trying to work on themselves or, we want them to feel empowered and powerful and strong. So it's good. I hope that it invokes that in people.
I would imagine that you're going to be playing quite a bit of it when you go out on the tour. How exciting is it to work on the new stuff live when you're going to present that? Finally getting some new stuff out there.
It's so exciting. I mean, you play so many songs over and over again. You get to a point where you're like, oh my God, I'm so excited to play something new. But sometimes you don't know.
It's fun to play the new shit.
Yeah. And you don't know how it's going to transpose live. Sometimes you might think one song is going to slay live and then you go to do it and you're like, wow, that's weird. Or sometimes you might be like, this will be weird live. And it's the opposite. It's like, this is better live, So you don't quite know always how it's going to land. But we're definitely excited for new blood and new show and for people to be able to have something fresh from us.
Yeah, that's the thing. You guys, have all the sort of choreography and all the stuff that ties into the songs. In addition to learning a new song, you got to learn some new.
It's a whole thing for each song.
Is that a difficult thing to do? To learn like
it's a lot of work, but it's become commonplace with how we do things, as a band. But it's not like you just learn the song and practice it a bunch of times and then go play it. It's like a whole.
It's a factory.
2 days, 2 day process.
Right.
Well, no, we're there for weeks. Like when we do.
I know. I'm just saying for each song, it's like a day or two a song.
If you walk into our pre-production for In This Moment, it's literally a factory. There's like a sewing world going on. There's women dancing. The boys are jamming. They're building the stage. There's pyro people working on fire. Like everywhere you turn, it's a whole massive thing happening. And then by the end, we're ready to go, and we go out there and try to make sure we do that live. It takes us about a week to get into our groove, but by the end of the tour, you're totally like, hell yeah, we got this. But the first week, you may have some Spinal Tap moments, but you just got to pretend and just keep going.
Oh my God. You're getting me so excited to see this. I can't wait for it to hit the road.
Thank you so much.
So looking forward to the album God Mode. In This Moment, Chris and Maria, October 27. Congratulations on The Purge. It's such a great song, and good luck on the tour. Good luck with the album. Looking forward to seeing the tour when it rolls around, and glad you guys are out there.
Thank you so much for the support, bro.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for listening. Thanks for caring. We appreciate you guys and everyone listening to The Purge and watching the video. And God Mode is coming, and we are headed towards you guys. We got to keep bringing that tour out there for sure, but we're coming that way regardless.
Yeah, 2024 will for sure be.
That's right.
Well, we're definitely going to let people know. Thanks again, both of you.
Thank
you, bro.
Appreciate
you. Have a good one.
You too.